Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. It's Wednesday, new review day here on the channel. Got another progressive rock album, new album for you guys here today. This is it's a debut album from, it's kind of like an offshoot of another band that's been around for a while. That band was Madrigal. This band is called the Madrigal Project, 11th Hour. I love the album cover. That's pretty damn cool. So let's take a look at this one before we kind of talk a little bit about what the music is all about. Let's see, there's nothing there. Okay, and then in the booklet, we've got lyrics and basically who plays on every track. So there's the basic Madrigal Project, that's the nuts and bolts of the band, I guess, and then all sorts of special guests. So we've got Kevin Dodson, brainchild of the band, also formerly of Madrigal. He plays acoustic and electric drums and percussion, acoustic electric guitars, keyboards, bass, lead and backing vocals, wrote all the lyrics and the songs, right? You've got John Van Hout on bass, acoustic electric guitars, backing vocals, and helps out with the production. Harry Fix on keyboards and a little bit of lead and backing vocals. Charles Swanson, alto, tenor, and soprano sax, flute, and electronic wind instrument. And then the special guests, we've got Adam Holzman on keyboards, Billy Sherwood on bass guitar, Oliver Wakeman on keyboards, Jane Gettner on guitars, Michael Lewis on guitars, and Fred Cash on guitars as well. So, yeah, and there are other folks, I believe, on here, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that's just basically everybody. Anyway, and this came out, I think, officially. What was the official release date of this? Well, it says releases October 11th. All right, so I've got a pre-release copy, so it's coming out in a couple weeks. So on this, and it's like a 75-minute long album, so it's pretty long, and we've got a total of 9 tracks in total. Like I said, 75 minutes long. Got a couple epics on here. This is symphonic, progressive rock. I get a lot of kind of like Yes and Gentle Giant references and influences on this album. So musically, there's lots to really dig into here. A lot of great keyboard sounds on this album, passages, and the songs are pretty well constructed. Nice tasty guitar soloing and whatnot. It opens up with Maud Frantic as the first track, which is pretty cool. You get A Question of Weight and Matter, and then Canvas, I'm No One, that's 8 minutes long. Then the title track, The 11th Hour, is the first kind of like epic. That's anything over 10 minutes we consider epics these days, right? That's the first big one. Then you got Breaking August, another 8-minute long track. Then Something Ovid on 11:38, Sisters 6:06, and then the final track, Boat 5, is 12:27 in length. So I like what I'm hearing on here. So first of all, it's a long album. I think you guys know me pretty well. I'm of the age, and after all these years listening to music, and especially during the kind of the CD age since the late 80s, early 90s, I find 75-minute long albums I get a little fatigue with. To me, the sweet spot is between 40 and 50 minutes. That's just me, where I'm at. Not that there's anything bad on here at all. It's just, it's a long album, so you got to be ready for the long haul with this record, right? With the 11th Hour. But that being said, there's some great keyboards. The arrangements are really nice. You know, the drumming, the whole 9 yards, really, really good. My only real issue I have with this record is I'm not 100% sold on Kevin's vocals. He doesn't have a bad voice by any means. The issue I have is that I find that he's kind of like monotone, singing in the same tone and timbre throughout the whole record, to the point where from song to song he doesn't really change up the style that he's singing in, which to me kind of tempers my enjoyment of this album a little bit, because I wanted a little more variety from him. He's just got this kind of like mid-range that he sings in, and it doesn't really alternate much during the album. Yeah, a little bit here and there. I would have liked, maybe this might have worked a little bit better if you had, Harry sings a little bit on here, but very little. as far as like lead vocals go. And I this almost would have made would have been a better album had either he tried to mix up his voice a little bit, or have a couple different singers instead of Kevin singing 90% of the album or 80% of the album, whatever it actually is, to mix it up a little bit more. I get this kind of like monotony a little bit with his vocal style. But that being said, he doesn't have a bad voice, right? I think as a prog voice it works good, but like I said, it would have been nice to hear a little bit of differences there. Musically though, there's lots to love here. So I think if you like symphonic progressive rock with all the flourishes, obviously these guys were big fans of the 70s, so lots of keyboard solos, lots of keyboard textures and sounds. You got synths, you got Mellotron, you got Hammond and piano, lots of tasty guitars. The soloists do a great job. As far as like the tracks to definitely check out and be on the lookout for, I mean, I really like the title track, The 11th Hour, I think is really good. The first song is really good. Maud Frantic is really good. Boats, the closing epic, is cool. There's really not a bad song on here, again, but just be prepared. It's 75 minutes long, and again, if you're going by my standards, I would have liked a little bit more variety in the vocals. But otherwise, this is pretty good stuff here. Love the album cover. It's good sounding album too, production standpoint, sonically speaking, really, really good. I'm going to give this a very solid 3.5 out of 5 star. The Madrigal Project, 11th Hour. I think fans of Yes would really dig this. I hear more Yes in the music than anything else. I get a little bit of Gentle Giant in some spots as far as like the use of counterpoint and a little complex arrangements, but for the most part, this gives me more Yes feels than anything else. So if you like Yes, but not with the higher pitched voice of like John Anderson, but someone more of kind of like a mid-range type thing. And the whole time I'm like, listen to this, the bunch of times I've heard this, I'm like trying to figure out who does he kind of sound like, because he doesn't really sound like anybody else, but he just kind of like stays in this certain zone throughout much of the album, which I wanted a little bit of more variety from the vocals, but that's just me. So go check it out. I will drop the link to the Bandcamp page down below. Go give it a listen and see what you think of 11th Hour by the Madrigal Project. And visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. We also have channel memberships now, so if you want to join and contribute that way, you can do that as well. That's also available here for those of you who already have. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.